Hi everyone, my name's Rachel Lee. I am the Office Manager and Volunteer Programme Lead for Hopeful Tomorrow. I'm here today with Ron, who has been volunteering with Hopeful Tomorrow for many years. His commercial background is as a HR manager. Hi Ron, how are you?
I am very good, thanks, Rachel. Yeah.
Good. So Ron, can I ask you, what was it that prompted you to join Hope for Tomorrow as a volunteer and to help us go the distance?
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, I first got interested, I suppose, when I was invited as a guest to one of Hope for Tomorrow's charity days, which was polo at the Beaufort Polo
Oh
Club.
yeah.
And that was, I think, in the summer of 2013. I think that's when it was, roughly. And what I felt was so good was the concept of a very large motorhome filled with very technical equipment with the ability to treat people for, various cancers and things at a point locally rather than having to go into their hospitals or their local hospital. So I spoke to Christine Mills, the founder, at that charity day, and the drivers that
Yeah.
were there, and had a really nice conversation. And it was a good feel about the charity from a personal point of view. And I just thought, well, maybe sometime in the future. I had retired at that stage from full-time work. And I just thought it'd be a nice thing to do to get involved with, and that's what I thought that I would do. Anyway, that was in 2013, and little did I know that in early 2014 I was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma,
Right. Yeah.
which was really quite a shock to me. And it put it all into context, really, I suppose.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
went. I didn't have any treatment. I went to see the consultants in the clinic in Gloucester, and the upshot of it all was that I had an operation in July 2014 to remove my spleen, which
Right.
was an easy way of overcoming the initial problem. And I was put on a watch and wait program, which I'm still on. I've never had any treatment. I've never needed to. I feel exceptionally well. And it's been, I suppose, it's been a bit of a journey for me in some respects. So that's what happened then. And when I recovered from my operation, I was finally invited again to go to the Polo Club charity day, and met there with an ex-colleague of mine who worked at Vodafone.
Right.
And he asked me, I first of all asked him whether it was possible to get involved with the charity because I was up and ready to do some work.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, that's fine. We'll talk to Christine. And I met with her in the September or October of that year. And it was agreed then that what I could contribute to, because I'd been an HR manager for, as I've said, for the most of my working career. And there was some work that could be done on the HR function at the charity.
Wonderful.
So, yep. So what I did then, I started in the November and started to develop a system that would work for Hope for Tomorrow, doing an employee handbook and all the major employment policies and things, contracts of employment, and
The bare
helping out
bones
with,
as such.
and helping
Very
out
good.
with interviews for trustees and other key staff within the charity.
But yeah,
And so that was my involvement.
excellent. So from volunteering, obviously you just told us there a little bit about what you've done volunteering. You obviously helped us with our governance and our HR and our interviewing and our policy work. What would
Yeah.
you say you enjoy most about the volunteering role, and how does it make you feel?
Well, first of all, I suppose it was an area of expertise that I knew that I had, and I could offer something that the charity didn't have. I also, I was just it was an opportunity for me to give something back to the charitable sector, if you like, for the experience I'd had when I was a patient, and it just made me feel, just really good. I mean, it was nice to engage with all of the team, with yourself and others in the team at Tetbury. It was a lovely, small working team, very enthusiastic team. And it was just great to know that tomorrow I'm going up to the office to meet with some of the staff, and knowing that what they were working towards was, sort of something which was so worthwhile and so needed.
Excellent. So obviously with the current changes that we've recently been having under the whole COVID-19 pandemic, how has COVID-19 affected your daily lifestyle and your ability to volunteer?
Well, first of all, because of my condition and the fact that I have no or little immunity to infection, I've been shielding since the middle of March. And so one could say, well, what have I been able to do? I've got a lot of projects and things to do at home. We've got a very big garden where I can work and feel safe. And so basically, I've been spending all of my time, really, I guess, in and around the house, and helping to move things on. What I haven't been able to do, and I say I haven't asked, but what I haven't been able to do is to do any direct work with the charity, because I wasn't able to travel to join with other people, and I guess I'm still limited to an extent about that and what I can actually do.
It's a shame. So what are you looking forward to most after COVID?
I say getting back to the real world, although I think I'm very anxious about it. I'm not sure about meeting other people, and certainly not in social. I'm looking forward to having some involvement again with the charity when time permits and circumstances permit. I'm not sure when that's going to be, because the only thing that's going to help for me, I guess, is a vaccine around the corner, and I mean that could be 3 months' time, it could be in a year's time, and who knows? But I mean, when I'm safe and well and able to do that, then that's what I like to be able to do. Like to be able to go to the pub for a drink. I'd like to be able to go on holiday, even if it is sort of like relatively socially distancing for me. Things like that that will just hopefully make me feel as if I'm back to square one, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I completely understand. So, well, my last and final question would be, why would you say people should support Hope for Tomorrow and help us keep going the distance and to keep the wheels turning?
Well, I mean, first of all, I guess, everybody knows that cancer is a terrible disease, and it affects so many people in the population now. And if you've got to go to hospital, for appointments, for consultants, sort of discussions, for treatment, and that sort of thing, it's quite a traumatic experience, and at least I've got some knowledge of that sort of side of it. The fact that there is a possible alternative to that for people who are having treatment and are not well enough really to travel the sort of distances that one has to travel these days in order to get the sort of treatment they need. I mean, the fact that there is a service that exists, but it's like in cooperation between you, the charity, and the NHS. I think it's a fabulous opportunity for people to feel comfortable, to meet with other people in the same circumstances, and to feel that it was, that it's right and it's a good thing to do. So I mean that's the element of the availability of that treatment. Now, why should people contribute? Well, if people are not, don't suffer from cancer and don't understand what it's like to have it and don't understand what it might be like to have to do those things that are described, to be able to, sort of to have that treatment in a rural and close to their home environment would be good. And I think if they knew more about the charity and what it does, I think the more likely they are to want to contribute towards its continuance and development.
Yes, I agree. Excellent. Thank you, Ron. Thank you ever so much for your time today. It's been a pleasure speaking to you. It's a pleasure working with you. And like you, I look forward to the time when you can next come to the office and have a cuppa and we can sit down and go through some policy together.
That would be fabulous. Yeah, it really did.